It's that time. It's that time. The rookies are reporting today, and I got some running back news. It involves Dalvin Cook, but I'm not going to really necessarily be talking about Dalvin Cook. Let's jump into it. What is up, Finn fans? Rookies are now or have, I don't know what time they report to camp. And I'm going to put this video out probably around 9 o'clock. I don't know what time they're reporting for camp. But the rookies are reporting today for camp. And then next week on Tuesday, the vets arrive. And then on the 30th is the first day of open training camp. So I think they get to work on like the 28th. So I think they'll be working before you guys meet up with them. But yeah, there's a few things I want to talk about in today's video. One, what happened with the running backs yesterday. Kind of want to go over that. Two, rookies. How many are reporting? Kind of give you a little brief synopsis in my brain on the rookies that we drafted. And the other thing I want to do is, now that we're getting into it, now we're getting into the meat of training camp and we're getting into the season, we're going to learn together how to say everyone's name correctly, and the ones that are hard to pronounce. So we're going to get into all that, and we're going to jump into it. I don't have to talk about the tickets anymore because they've been given, and congratulations to everyone who won. So let's talk about yesterday and what happened with these running backs. So nothing. Pollard, Barkley, and Josh Jacobs. Nothing happened. There was no contract, extension. They are going to play on their franchise tag, which is $10.091 million this year. It's essentially a one-year contract. I heard about Josh Jacobs, and it broke my heart. He sat outside of the facility with Max Crosby in a car waiting to go inside and sign a new contract. Like, he was dead set on being like, let's continue this. I was the leading rusher last year in the NFL. Let's continue this. Let's move in. Let's do what I got to do. And the Raiders were like, nah, you're going to play on the franchise tag. And he was like, nah, I'm not going to play on the franchise tag. So him, Barkley, and from what I know, Saquon and Pollard will play. And Pollard is dealing with recouping from his injury, but Barkley and him will play. Josh Jacobs, from what I've heard, he's going to hold out and probably not sign. I don't think he has signed his franchise tag yet. He's going to hold out from training camp. Now, these guys don't get docked any money from holding out from training camp because technically they are not signed. Right, because they're franchise tagged, and I think Pollard's the only one who signed, but these two guys haven't signed, so they're not signed players, so they can't be docked. Like, if Connor Williams continues to hold out, he will be, they will take money from him every training camp he misses, but once they start to get into the season, that's when these guys start to lose money. One other thing I want to talk about, and then, like I said, I'm not necessarily going to talk much about, Dalvin Cook. Mixon reworked his deal, and this is going to coincide a little bit with Dalvin Cook, right? Joe Mixon reworked his deal to stay with Cincinnati. So NFL Network, Ian Rappaport, and this happened over the weekend, a few days ago, Saturday morning, that Mixon reworked his deal now includes a base salary of $5.51 million for 2023 with an extra $2 million available in incentives. This means Mixon took a pay cut of $4.3 million, $39 million, and $4.67 million for next 2 years to stay with Cincinnati. So he took a pay cut. This year he's going to make $5.51 million, and if he hits his incentives, it'll go to $7.51 million. That to me is a good cornerstone and a good starting base, which might already have been, for Dalvin Cook. Be like, look, Joe Mixon took less money to stay with the Cincinnati Bengals because he saw where they're going and he wants to be part of a winner. We'll give you the same contract. we'll give you a 3-year contract with the first 2 years giving you, incentive based, yada, yada, give you this and we'll give you signing bonus and come on down to Miami. Come play for us. Why not? Why not? So I thought that Mixon contract, very, very interesting. So we'll see how all that pans out real quick too. DeAndre Hopkins deciding to go to the Tennessee Titans. He essentially, Buffalo was like, hey, we'll pay you less, but you'll try to win a championship. And he was like, Buffalo, you're never going to win a championship. And then New England was like, come on down to New England. And he was like, okay, Bill O'Brien, kick rocks. So he went to the Tennessee Titans. You're going to hear, real quick, you're going to hear rumors. You're going to hear all of this stuff about Dalvin Cook's now going to go to the Patriots. And I think right now Vegas has him, the leader to go to the Patriots. One, Dave Stevenson, very good running back. They're not going to pay Dalvin Cook more than him. So again, if it's the same amount of money that the Dolphins offered, he's going to Miami. It's all... DeAndre Hopkins was the favorite to go to the Patriots. That's all I'm going to say. So just give you a little update, kind of NFL update. Real quick, too, when the season starts, every Sunday night, I'm going to do an Around the NFL recap of that Sunday's games and kind of give you an idea and talk about the big things and the crazy things that have happened. That's something that I'm incorporating into my weekly schedule. And I will go over and give you guys the weekly schedule before the season starts. That week of the Thursday, you're going to get so much content, your brain's going to explode. So that's what happened with the running backs, the franchise tag, and some of the big names that are out there. Again, there's still Zeke. There's still Hunt, Dalvin Cook. Austin Eckler wants a new contract. There's running backs are dealing with something right now because back in the day, they were a hot commodity. Now it's like, we'll draft your replacement. So many good running backs are coming out of the NFL, and we don't have to pay them a lot. Like, look at Devon Achane. We got him locked up for, 3-4 years? So, there's that. Rookies reporting. Today, the rookies are reporting. There are 22 rookies reporting for camp. And I'm not going to sit here and name all 22. But know that they are the 4 that we drafted and the other 18 undrafted free agents. 22 rookies are reporting today. So there's Cam Smith, our 2nd-round pick. There's Devon Achane, our 3rd-round pick. There's Elijah Higgins, our 6th-round pick. And there's Ryan Hayes, our 7th-round pick. I've kind of talked about these guys when I did the camp battle position breakdown. But just to give you a real quick rundown of all that jazz. Cam Smith, I think he's in a perfect situation, especially learning behind 2 of the best corners in the NFL. These guys are out to prove something, and they're going to teach him a lot. So I'm very happy with what he's doing. Devon Achane, I think he fits perfectly in the system. He's that. When I see him and I see the way he plays, it's just Darren Sproles pops in my head. And I'd be ecstatic if that's where he gets to, is Darren Sproles. His speed, I know he's on the smaller side, he's 5'9", 188, but his speed and the way he bounces off of tacklers and all that stuff, absolutely, absolutely love him. Elijah Higgins, he's a converted wide receiver to tight end, kind of like Tanner Conner. I would like to see what he can do. 6'3", 235. Obviously, he's not going to be great at blocking, but again, that's where you have Sorbert. That's where you have Smythe. That's where you have... I want to remember his name without scrolling down. Tyler Kroft, damn. Tyler Kroft, 6'6", 252. That man's huge. Those are going to be your starting tight ends, and we'll see what happens with Tanner Conner and Elijah Higgins. Then you have Ryan Hayes, a 7th-round tackle. Will he make the team? I don't know. Will he make the practice squad? Probably. What we're looking at is Cam Smith and Devon Achane. That's where our eyes are going to be on. But yeah, essentially that is, who's reporting give you a little backstory. So essentially, to give you guys an idea, like, all right, well, why are they reporting early? They need to get in some work before the vets do, right? They still need to get a better grasp on the offense. They still need to get a better grasp on, hey, you're in the NFL. I think they also have meetings. They have, stuff they have to do, partake in, all that stuff. And then the vets come in. And like I said, when the vets come in, there's like a 2 to 3 day acclimation, and then boom, training camp starts. Like I said, like maybe the 28th they start doing training camp stuff, and like I said, the 30th is when you guys will be there. I don't know if tickets are still available, but if they are, go to MiamiDolphins.com, grab yourself some tickets, go. And if you're not supposed to take video, but if you get video, send it to me, and I'll shout you out like I always do. But yeah, so that's the rookies reporting, give you an idea of what is happening, because you've seen it in Hard Knocks. They come and they get their room key, and they go and they set up, and then they start weight training, and a lot of this entails, and it's the same thing with the vets. That's why I said probably like on the 28th, the vets come on the 25th. You get checked, and I'm not talking like drug checked or anything. You get checked for what have you been doing for the past month and a half? Have you been working out? Are you still in shape? That's why I forgot what season of Hard Knocks one of the guys was not in shape. I think for the Dolphins, it was... My brain isn't working. It's the corner and his Davis. Because his brother was a tight end for the 49ers. He came in, he was completely out of shape. And then they traded him. So that's what they do. Are you in shape? Let's do some physicals. Let's do this. Let's do that. See where you're at, and then training camp starts. So that's kind of where they're at. Now, we're gonna do something fun, and that fun thing is we're gonna learn how to say players' names. So again, the season's starting, and they had you kind of get access to some things being on my side of the thing. And one of them is they record the players saying their name. And what we're going to do is look at some of these that I think I'd have a hard time saying, and I'm going to play them. And this is the players saying their name. Like, this is Savon Ahmed.
Savon Ahmed. Savon Ahmed.
There you go. So, like, I got that right. River Craycraft.
River Craycraft.
Raekwon Davis.
Raekwon Davis.
There you go. Liam Eichenberg.
Liam Eichenberg. Liam Eichenberg.
So those are like the easy ones.
Liam.
All right, Liam. Relax. Deshaun Elliott, we know that. Now, this is the ones I get corrected for a lot in the comment section. Eric Izukama. Eric Izukama. And people make fun of me because I say Izukama, like comma. And this is what he says his name is pronounced.
Eric Ezukama.
Eric Ezukama. So it is comma. So people who say it's not comma, kick rocks. Noah Igbenogany. I know this one. I've learned this one. Noah Igbenogany.
Noah Igbenogany.
I got that one down, Pat. I learned that when we drafted him because I was like, who the heck? Kader Kohu, who is a future stud for the Dolphins.
Kader Kohu.
I was like, how do I say that name? Jalen Phillips. This one, I was like, oh, wow. So, Eric, again, I'm dyslexic, so I read phonetically. Eric Saubert is what I would call him, but his name is pronounced
Eric Saubert.
Oh. So I got right. Saubert. Zach Sealer. Some people say Seiler.
Zach Sealer.
Zach Sealer. And finally, you have no idea how many comments I used to get. There's no N in Tua Tagovailoa. It's Tua Tagovailoa. There's no N. Why do you keep saying Tagovailoa? It's Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
So it's Tua Tagovailoa. It's Samoan. It's Hawaiian. It's pronounced differently than it's spelled. And again, I learned it. I learned how to say his full name, but I don't know it anymore. But that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was a little fun at the end there. There are some things. So again, this week, the rookies are kind of doing their own thing, so I still have a ton of videos planned for you. We're going to be previewing training camp. I'm going to talk about the weakest areas of training camp. There's a video I want to react to about Tua Tagovailoa and kind of talk a little bit about Tyreek Hill and him saying he wants 2,000 yards Super Bowl. There's videos that I got planned for you guys because then again, Tuesday the vets arrive and then we start to hit into training camp. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys tomorrow with more videos. And again, if news breaks or if Dalvin Cook signs somewhere or visits with somebody, I will make a video talking about that. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. And fins up.